Speaking of the competition, we have two very incredible racers here today in Alpha and Kondi, who are top class and are likely to be participating in that particular tournament. Spike, how do you feel about our start we got going on here today?
Not a bad start, honestly. Like, we're potentially getting rid of a slam casino, which I know is an issue not of people have with certain settings. So I feel like we'll be all right for the start. So I reckon we send off our racers and get into things.
Yep. I fully agree. Seeing Coconut is a great move. Obviously, one of DK's better. And Guitar, even though it's been nerfed here in Season 3 with not needing it for access to Aztec Path tunnels, it's still a nice move to have. And yes, not having to do slime casinos is a great relief.
100%. And we are starting.
We're starting here. We're counting down right now. And there we go.
Alright, so now we just have our typical early chores. Just got a lot of aisles checks to do to start off with. So both runners are just going to be doing your aisle circuit, seeing what's around, and oh, we have an instant vine swinging. Not bad, not bad.
That seems to indicate to me that we might have Aztec level 1.
Quite potentially, yes.
I feel like every time I see that we have vine swinging in that space or in one of the early aisles checks that we're going through clearing now, it's almost always Aztec level 1.
Oh, definitely. The game kind of has to give it to you if you have level 1 Aztec. So most likely going to be the case.
Ooh, early saxophone slam too. Obviously, we don't have the Kong for that move yet, but it's one of the better moves in the game for sure.
We have a castle level 2, 1 GUB for level 2. That's interesting.
Ooh, I wonder if maybe we have a 0 GB gate for level 1.
Potentially.
Ooh, Kondi got caught.
Gotta love the cops in this game.
The
Top of
cops
the force today.
Well, it appears not. We have some hits already on it. Donkey is found by Lanky in Galleon. Fact. Oh,
we have a boss.
Oh, there we're back. Javes Kaslat. All right. All tree to 7-8 Tiny and Chunky. We're gonna need to find Grape real quick.
Oh, it's a Forest Tiny Metal seed. We have a Forest Tiny Metal.
Forest Tiny Metal strikes again. Chunky is easily found in factory by shop. That's pretty good. Baboon Blast required for this seed. And Shipyard Outskirts 2 potions. Oh my. Oh dear. That is unfortunate.
That's already a great start to the seed, isn't it? Almost a great start.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we got some pretty good moves. Tiny needs... We already know we need to go to Owl Tree, so that'll give us some 8 bananas if we can find that.
Ooh, Tiny is 14 aisles. Okay.
By Lanky, too. So if we can find some... Oh, is that level 1 factory?
That is indeed a level 1 factory.
Well, then we're going to get Tiny real quick, because there are tons of coins in that place, and we already have Lanky. So, honestly, a really good question I have for you is, how would you route this at this point? You know you can get Tiny really quickly. So, how would you route Factory to try and, like, go back and get Tiny and come back in?
Well, there's not a ridiculous amount Tiny can do in the level at the moment. It's really just the metal than anything. So, I don't know. I guess it depends on if you have anything else hinted. I don't think it's the biggest of deals if you end up delaying a little bit. But also, Kondi here, I don't think actually went 2 aisles, like completely skipped training ground. So right now, Kondi doesn't have that thought. Meanwhile, Alpha will probably go back as soon as coins have been obtained.
That's Monkey Port. So, wow, okay, so that actually opens up 2 really easy checks on aisles as soon as we go get Tiny, because we can not only travel up to the Monkey Port Ferry, but also play the saxophone on the sax pad up there too.
That's a little bit suspicious, if I say so myself. Are we going to be getting a potential pound the X seed?
I'd be very hyped for a Pound the X seed, especially because we know Chunky is bought in factory, isn't he? So we're gonna have 4 Kongs here possibly in like 15 minutes, maybe less.
We have another potion here in testing. We're only just starting, and we're already finding everything. What is going on here?
Yeah, I'm restraining myself from saying the J word.
Calm down, Ash. We are 4 minutes into this seed. Let's just let the seed simmer a little bit. Oh, foolish Jason.
Okay, so that item right there is going to be likely the path hint from Owl Tree.
I didn't see what that 4th hint was. Did you by any chance see what the 4th hint was?
Either. I was reading from top down. I saw CB's and Jade Fool and Forest Crate. It was a triangle. Ooh.
Not a bad find there. That is Monkey Port and Triangle in testing. We have testing to 8. So, could feasibly be either of the two. I guess only time will tell here. 5 Ship has a potion. That is what it was.
That's what it was. Okay.
These runners are so quick. I cannot keep up with their riding speeds. What's going on here?
That actually means that there are 3 potions in this scene that are locked by Peanut, with 2 potions in the shipyard outskirt and 1 in 5-door ship.
That is true. That is true. Not even considering medals and treasure room. That's actually, very interesting.
We might see like a giant path thing. Actually, that path we saw for Owl Tree earlier that was like 7, 8, tiny, chunky. That could very easily be like Peanuts in the Forest Crate, and have Peanuts leads to a bunch of things.
Could potentially be, yeah. I guess it depends on where we find Grape Shooter as well, because we very clearly need to find that move.
Oh yeah, and also what level Forest is in, right?
That is also true. Alright, we have an early boss peak.
Well, we actually had a hint for this one. Yeah, this one is straight up hinted.
Yeah.
So the real question will be, will we need barrel throwing for this boss and indicate that we have barrel throwing somewhere in factory, or will this just be Puff Toss Square Pants?
Oh, we're not bringing up this song. We're not bringing up the song.
No, we can't. But just as a inside joke.
Alrighty, what do we have? Oh, okay. Probably just a
key. Was that key 2? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we haven't got a key 2 hint yet, so very potentially. And now Alpha is now picked up Tiny.
It's Barrels locked. Barrels is in factory. Did I call it or what?
Wow, that is some really good info there. Now the real question is Barrels Tiny locked? Because that is possible.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking that given that Tiny is where she is, and that Monkeyport is where it is, and Sax is where it is, we could see Barrels up on the top of Creme.
Ooh, okay, that is a cook. Now, we still have storage to loot, which we're about to find now. A bunch of quick checks. Shops, melon crates, Kasplats. There's still a lot left in factory.
Diddy's vine barrel from his switchery here that we got vines very early from. That's a nice contender as well.
Just a medal for later hinted jetpack. Look, I don't know how hot of a take it is. I love jetpack. Anytime I see it hinted, I'm having a great day. Surely.
I hate playing jetpack, but I actually like the jetpack seeds. I think jetpack seeds are kind of interesting. You have to kind of because for me, I refuse to check jetpack hints unless I get an inkling that it might be a jetpack seed, right? Like if I'm like seeing a bunch of medals, I'm like, oh, this could be a jetpack seed, and I'll check. And most times when I choose to check, I'm just right. Ooh, so Lanky plays both these Kongs.
Interesting. Well, that's already 4 Kongs at the 9-minute mark. That is actually crazy.
That one was hinted, admittedly, but I was wondering whether Tiny might play Lanky instead.
Fortunately for Condi, not the case, which is good.
We don't appear to have missed much. Our runners start buying their gold bananas in these shops. A very good strategy, one I'm a big proponent of as well. Just want to buy out everything you can find in the shops in season 3, because the gold bananas go fast in the seed. Or in these settings.
100%. It also helps that you have progressive hints, unlike Season 2 and 2.5, where everything was on wrinkly doors. So GBs are incredibly powerful.
Very much so, yeah. I've actually had to, like, alter my own strategy in how I play to, like, try out GBs a little bit more than I have in past seasons. We're getting a prod room entrance by Condi, getting a nice crusher skip here. Get a peek at what this will be. It is
very clean skip.
Yeah, I find myself liking doing this with Chunky. If I don't have Strong Kong, if I have Chunky. Chunky seems to get through this the cleanest, which is strange because he has the biggest model, but that little air dash attack he has gets him really far into the crusher before it comes back down, so he gets to the other side pretty reliably.
Chunky being big's actually a reason it works so well, because you get caught at the very top of the crusher, and then you just get stuck inside the crusher so you can move forward. Also, did I spy a little bit of a potential jetpack action?
I think you just did, yeah.
Oh, we have required oranges.
Oh no. Yeah, cabin lower is oranges. Castle Tiny Metal is pretty free. And there's testing to 2 and 8. I'm right. Oh my god, I'm right. That's Monkey Port. That's
You might have called this.
That's Monkey Port to 2 and 8, and something else. I didn't see what it was.
Chunky and Lanky, which is definitely confirming that it's referring to barrel throwing then, because it's on the path to E2 as well. Yeah, that's
today.
The creme.
I am cooking today.
Now, the real question is it as simple as the fairy saxophone pad at the top, or because we have Chunky, maybe climbing up prod shows us a little green vial?
Ooh, if Pound the X contains barrels, and there's like Hunky Chunky up here on like the Kasplat up there, that would be well and truly the coolest seed I've ever seen in Season 3.
Oh, absolutely awesome.
One small advantage I will give Alpha right now is that because Alpha went back to go get Tiny, he's going to be getting all these Tiny coins in factory without having to come back in.
That is also very true. That is true. That being said, Condi will still need to come back to get Key 2, so I don't think that's really going to matter too much.
That's true.
Yeah, the thing about early game is unless if you just completely skip everything that is hinted, there's not really a lead early on, because you're most likely going to need to go back to a lot of these areas anyways once you pick up another column. So I don't think it's really going to matter too much now. It's more just the decisions people make that's going to affect anything here.
That's fair. I actually have found myself trying to skip like early levels for a long time in Seeds recently, as like a way of being like, can I like get ahead of people? If, like Factory's level 2 and Caves level 1, can I just like skip Caves until I do 2, 3, and 4 and come back to 1 for like the couple of things that are required there? Every now and again it's paid off for me. So I like, you know, it's not as if you always have to kind of go for it, but very frequently the game will just be like, no, you're not going to have enough GBs, you're not going to have enough moves, you just have to go do all of level 1, especially double if you get another Kong. And I think this is looking like one of those seeds, I'm not going to lie to
you. Oh yeah, most likely. Obviously time will tell, but I feel like you are right. Now, we had a testing to 8 hint while also having that second testing hint, so I don't know if any of these two players have peaked Snines yet to see what the Helm order is, but we're probably getting a chunky on the Helm order here.
I think so. Yeah, I think that the triangle is likely just to lead to likely that triangle leads to key 8. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, only time will tell once we do go peak our order.
I suspect we'll get a peek from Condi while Condi goes up the upper creme.
Potentially. Yeah, when do you usually find that you go and peak creme? Not peak
weirdly,
creme, peak Snines.
Weirdly, it kind of depends on the seeds. Some seeds, I just get going, and I don't end up peeking what my actual Helm order is for like a while. And some seeds, I'm like, I'm looking for info right away, and I'm like, it's like 10 minutes in, I'm like, okay, I gotta know what the Helm order is.
A nice little walk up that Linky 5-pack, and we are getting nice kick slide there by Alpha. Ooh. Really, really nice.
Very clean. I put some practice into learning that, and it is not easy, but it's not like too hard either. And oh no!
You hate to see that. You hate to see that.
You do hate to see it.
So now this is what I mean. The early game didn't really matter so much, because in the end of the day, both the two are now climbing creme pretty much at the exact same time.
Yeah, I think they're about the same thing. They cleared about the same number of checks, except Alpha had Tiny in K-Rool.
Yeah.
And there's barrels right there on the
barrel throwing.
So we're gonna go back into fight that Dogadon, and I think for that with 10 GBs, what was level 2 again? Castle? I think you peak level 3. Yeah, I think you peak level 3, and if you see Forest, for example, I might just go to Forest. Actually, no, never mind.
Castle hints at all right now, aside from Tiny Metal, which is it's a Sphere 0 check. So I guess it depends on what level 3 is, but you know something is hinted that you can get, and that could just be your diamond for all you know.
True, but it also could be like great. That's the other thing. Yeah, you might want to check that before you do a vessel.
That is true. Yeah, honestly, I don't think there is a correct choice at this particular point. So we're going to be getting our key 2 here, see what level 3 is. I think both runners are a few more GBs away from getting any more hits.
I've never seen... So Condi is dodging fireballs with the barrel in hand. I've never seen him do that. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really cool strategy, because then you can throw the barrel as soon as I'm forgetting the name, Dogadon actually lands. And what you can also do is, you see how Condi is jumping right now. Well, not only in at least N64 can that help reduce lag, it makes it so that the fireballs will go over the top of Lanky and fall behind, so you're guaranteed to completely dodge all the fireballs.
So like you time the jump so that Doga aims atop of you, so you never get hit by them. That's really
exactly
clever.
Right. It's a really good strategy against the two Doga fights. I don't know if the lag reduction works much on current on what's currently being played on right now, but on vanilla it might save a little bit of time.
You can actually see Condi here stopping after beating the boss to go pick up some of those tiny coins, which I think is the right call, but it's definitely a bit of like a extra time add based on the order of things. I think it's likely that these two are going to leave factory at about the same time as a result of that.
Yeah, most likely. Now, both runners are picking up Key 2.
Condi getting a couple more extra gold bananas here as well. Do not blame him. Let's see what Alpha does here.
Just instantly exiting. Alright, are we going to
Yep,
get a
next
level 3 peak? Alrighty, this might be forest. I wouldn't be surprised.
I would absolutely not be surprised.
Never mind. Never mind.
Oh, I'm
Ooh.
rushing Japes. I know. Oh no, 17. We're going to castle.
Not quite rushing. Not quite rushing. Game says no. Back to castle we go.
I'm gonna tell you, if Japes was like 10, 12, even if it was like 13 maybe, and I could get in there really quickly, I might have just gone Japes. It's a super quick clear with 4 Kongs and barrels. There's a lot in there that I would just be super interested to get before I like go back to castle, because castle's such a slow clear, especially if you don't have a whole lot of items. If I can find any items that like make my first clear of castle more plentiful or faster, even like rocket barrel, for example, I'm way happier going into castle second move. As it stands,
This is just very dense as well. It's just very easy to grab checks easily, or at least peek a bunch of checks, and in a setting with progressive hints, it's never a bad thing to just stock up on golden bananas and then go, oh, well, back to castle I go.
Yeah, exactly right. And yeah, that's exactly right, Knight. The hint in testing was monkey court. It was 2-8 chunky lanky. So it's possible. With what we know that 2-8 and lanky are all solved by monkey court, because monkey court itself is 2 key 8. It provided barrels, which is the lanky, and it provided key 2 because the barrels provided key 2 from the factory boss. We don't know if monkey court might give a chunky move in K roll, if barrels might give a chunky roll in K move, chunky move for K roll. Either of those could be true. So we might want to keep an eye out on monkey court checks and barrel checks in the future, just for.
We have hits. Jetpack to 6.
That's just going to be key 6 on jetpack, very likely. You've spoken it into existence. This seed.
I am a very happy commentator right now. So we also just had confirmed barrels is on the path to chunky K roll, but also not to 8, which means it's not going to be the Gorilla Gone. It's in fact going to be to either Hunky or Punch.
Interesting.
Now that could also mean another boss, which is a little bit scary. We don't have any hints to say to or against, and we also might need Ponytail Twirl. Why is there something there?
That's a scary potion. It's a very scary potion. I'll also say it just as easily be like Chunky Japes Boulder, right?
Oh, could very easily be that. This is
also,
definitely one of those cases. Oh, yeah, you go.
Japes Forest Lobby to path to key 4 is also a very scary hint.
Never mind, we don't have to worry too much about that vial. I think we're probably fine.
Never mind. There's Ponytail. Well, Japes Forest Lobbies is also a little less scary now. So those items for key 4, it could be locked by this point. Trombone now for Japes Lobby. Charge for Aztec Lobby. Punch or grab plus bongos, but I don't think it'd be very likely to do that one for Factory Lobby. Mini Monkey and Twirl, but we just got Twirl for Galleon Lobby. Or, it could just be key 4 on the Splat there. Or Feather for Forest Lobby. Or for Forest Lobby. So
that is that's a little scary. We have a hinted sprint on Castle Tiny Metal. Uh-oh.
That's concerning. And here's our hint. It is Diddy Chunky. Okay.
Yeah. So that is triangle. Now that also means that Spring is going to be on the path to K8 this seed. So we may have a hint just pointing to Spring for that triangle, because both runners got that out of logic.
The good news is that because we started with guitar, we actually only have one more move for that thing. And then, I guess Gorilla Gone too. One more move to only key 8, because we have Chunky K roll this seed. Gorilla Gone's going to be hinted to 8 and Chunky, so minus some other overlapping, we might be able to find Rocket Barrel with some relative ease. Have we seen our third fight? I've seen Chunky and Lanky a lot. Have we seen a third fight yet?
Tiny.
Tiny, okay.
I believe Tiny was hinted on the owl tree path anyways.
I think
Now,
that's what
one thing to
I
know
saw.
as well is key 4 cannot be in Jape's lobby, because Barrels is not on the path 4. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's as simple as you get diving, Galleon is level 4, because Splat is key 4, but none of our runners also... Oh no, that's castle lobby, never mind.
And then level 1 was factory. We could find Punch somewhere.
Could very well find Punch.
It'll depend a lot on what lobby 4 is.
Oh yeah. Right now, I don't think it's a concern for the runners. I think the runners on the mind is just, we've got to hit Japes. Let's just go get GBs here, go to Japes. Hope our next hint match tells us exactly what we need to know. Because let's face it, we can cook as much as we want in the next, like, 15 minutes. It might be as simple as just walk into Japes and diving is just right there.
I like this play from Alpha because, one, this gives you a check by being able to photograph the fairy through glass here. And two, it lets you peek Chunky's barrel check thing here, which we know might have something because of what barrels is leading to Chunky. Oh, he's not going to peek. Interesting. Okay. I don't.
Yeah, it is a little bit low peak, but it's also a good spot for coins if you are struggling with coins.
Yeah, that's true. Although there are a lot of chunky coins in the game.
Yeah, we had a factory, so that's no issue.
The only reason I would peek it is because of barrels on the path to Chunky. That's a barrel check, so like it's maybe worth it to me to peek that.
Yeah, I agree. Alrighty, so I wonder if either of these runners are going to go back and see what this Ponytail 12 vial is, because I feel like both the two have essentially just looted castle opposite of each other. We've seen basically everything that's here, except for this tiny vial.
I get the sense that Alpha is going to get the tiny potion, or the tiny metal, and use the 5 warp to go back down in the 1 warp, and then go over get that. That route makes sense, and I think Fondi might do the opposite, might get this Kasplat and then climb up and warp to the 1. Or just walk back and walk up to the thing. Either way.
Either way, both now can enter Japes is probably the next thing that's on their minds.
You know, interestingly enough, I wonder why neither runner considered opening the Diddy Ballroom and just using Monkey Port to speed up the tiny banana collection. Like, climbing up all the way to 5, giving you 1 extra check on just the dirt, is really slow. And I might just have wanted to grab like the 15 bananas outside of Diddy's thing outside of 4, and then just leave this dirt patch orphan.
Well, the thing is, in the end, you have to go out of your way for the colored bananas, right? You have to either climb to the top of the castle, or you have to go into the room. Now, the differences between the two is if you go into Tiny's room, you've essentially locked yourself in a corner. Your best option is to leave. Oh, let me get these hits before I continue. Oh, we have a mushroom insides hint. Interesting, interesting.
Oh, there's something else on Cram. 2-7. Wait, what do you mean 2?
That might have been. Where did we find saxophone?
Yeah.
Prison Dirt.
Ah, okay. So that's. So saxophone is the 7-8 and every K rule.
Yep, that is correct.
Or is that barrels? No, it can't be barrels. Wait, can it be barrels?
No, it's 100% sax because testing was on the path to less, which was Monkey Port. Right. So that is saxophone. Saxophone is on the path to grape.
Wait a minute. We missed a potion in the sprint cage here on the aisle. What was that? I didn't get to see that.
Wait, that was?
Yeah, it was a white potion. Was that diving? He saved put too fast. Was that diving? If that's diving, that's huge. That would explain a ton of why O-Sprint is hard.
Was it Condi that got it?
Yeah.
I don't
But
see
the text
anything
never
extra
popped up.
on the. So Condi has auto tracker on his end, and there's no diving or anything marked.
Is it oranges?
No, it's not slam. That might have just been a bait vibe.
Oh. Was it bait? Was it? Oh no.
It was Emo Belt 2. Oh, and you had hinted sprint. Oh, that's rough.
Everyone does that. 100%. Like we missed the peak when they were going through, but everyone does that. 100%. Also, having charts now means that it could be key 4 is that level 4 is Aztec, and key 4 could be an Aztec now because we have ponytail twirl, so that's logical.
Oh, could very well be. Yeah, I don't know. I completely missed this potion here.
Same, 100% same. Maybe Alpha will let us see it.
Yo, apparently it was an Emo Belt too. Oh, it's third melon. Never mind.
It's third melon.
Now, saxophone. Back to saxophone. That's on the path to basically everything this seed. So, what do you need sax for that? Well, it has to be the grape, but where would grape be?
So here's the thing, right? We know that grape is on the path to 78 tiny chunky. And that fulfills, oh, there's Hunky. Pound the X moment? Hold on, wait.
What are you doing there, Hunky? Hello?
Wait, that's Barrels to Chunky. That's Barrels to Chunky. That's a Barrels to Chunky check. That fulfills Barrels.
Indeed.
Barrels was just two chunky length, right?
That is correct. So that is solved, except for an unhinted pineapple so far.
Yeah. But it also means that that Hunky can't. Hunky's not likely to be on the path to anything except itself, because 2 is already knocked out.
There's that diving.
Okay, that diving's just free. That's funny. So the overlap between the owl tree hint and the sax hint is everything except for lanky, right? Because like owl tree was
Owl tree was 7-8 tiny chunky, which saxophone's on the path to that plus 2 in lanky, which has already been fulfilled with barrel throw.
Right, exactly. Okay, so yeah, so it's likely that grape is saxophone then.
Yeah, and there is our key 4 on the Galleon Splat, just like I was feeling like it was going to be. The game wasn't giving you any key 4 hints, so it was probably something very basic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you see the GB count for Galleon? Because I did not see that.
I didn't. I was looking for it very, very closely, but I have to imagine, you know, we have over 20, like Japes was 17, so it's probably gonna be like 21, 22 around there.
Oh, exactly 21.
Look at that. And with Lanky on guard chest on Horde, we just want to immediately grab that check right away.
Yeah, which is probably DK at this point, because Lanky does indeed find DK here.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And there's our level 5 Aztec. Which, there's a little bit of a scary thought, is Lanky Metal is hinted in Aztec. You cannot get that.
Yeah, we don't have a gun that lets you in, and we need, that to be able to do it. Or grape, but, I mean, grape does the same thing, yeah. Wow. Wow. Oof. Ooh. Hmm. If the on-guard chest isn't DK, I don't know what Galleon check Lanky would have. Maybe Lanky's Metal or something, but it probably is going to be just DK on that chest, right?
You better hope so, but it could be a bunch of things. Like, we don't know the location of Peanut, right? Like, we probably need Peanut just because of the hinted 5 ship and outskirt, like, potion numbers. Obviously, that's not a sign of it's useful. That could be all the remaining bait upgrades, right? But if Peanut, let's say, is in level 6, we're good.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I almost agree with Connie's approach here. I want to go see what's in that chest first. If it's DK, we get a little bit of faster access and a little bit more knowledge as we go through.
Oh, 100%. Shoutouts to Kevin, the best Kisplat in the game, for quite a number of reasons, including the ability to wobble.
Kevin just sent Chunky across the room.
Hey, have you seen those shoulders?
He big. He very big. I'll also say, getting stun locked by Kevin is one of the more interesting experiences in this game.
Oh, let's go with that. Let's go with that, shall we?
Yeah, we PG stream, so interesting is the word I'm using.
I mean, I'd use the word interesting no matter what. Alrighty, and there is our Donkey Kong.
There's Donkers. Got a whole family at 35 minutes. That's a pretty quick family. I'm not gonna lie to you. We've had some recent season 3 seeds where families have been over an hour and not quite fun. Connie's going back to Japes here. Did he spot something in one of the coconut cages?
Yeah, I wonder why Japes was their first thought.
Was there a hint for DK's metal, maybe? Because they're going very aggressive for DK metal.
Quite the opposite, actually. Metals are foolish, as is Stormy Tunnel, so most of the coconuts are useless this seed. So I wonder what their first thought is.
Me too. There are a lot of metals here, at least, so... But Key 6, like, you can get Key 6 anytime, right? Like, I don't think there's a need to rush for that.
No, no rush at all. Here's the question, though. Where is Key 5? I don't think we've been into Key 5 yet.
Not a single moment. So probably, like, in some shop in level 5 or something, you know? Like... Or in a truly horrendous spot. You never know.
Such as?
What's fun? Let's go with... Mechfish. You need peanuts and rocket barrel for it.
Oh, there's Gorilla Gold.
Oh, there's G-Gun. Oh, we never went up there? Oh, sure.
Yeah, both the two runners got diving and then immediately went off, which is actually the reason they came back, because none of the two did anything else here.
That actually makes sense. Huh.
Yeah, which means we have a lot of checks still available to do, because Key 5 is easily the thing that'd be on my mind at this point, because it's you know where pretty much everything else is, or at least the path to everything is, and just casually the key that unlocks all the hinted levels you want to go to just doesn't exist. So that's a little concerning.
Yeah, what was level 5 again, sorry?
Aztec on 30 GBs.
Wow, so Forest is in a super late level.
Oh yeah, and we have a Mushroom Inside Synth, which, for those wondering, has one singular check that does not require Slam. So if Forest is level 7, then we got...
Then we're in a casino, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I mean, we don't have issues. We're gonna have a great time. I think we'll be fine. We'll enjoy watching. It'll be great content.
Content even.
I like.
And yeah, you're right. Also owl tree. So like, we got a bunch of things in forest that we want to do, and if it's level 7, that's a nasty way to go. Also, can we figure out where Punch might be with our current hints? Because we know that whatever's an owl tree has to lead to, oh no, is pineapple an owl tree, question mark?
Could be, I don't know. See, right now we're in an awkward spot using the hints, right? Because Hunky is out of logic. Gorilla Gone obviously requires nothing. Hunky still requires pineapple. So we don't know if Sax necessarily leads to pineapple or not. It could lead to Punch. It's currently no way to tell. I'm thinking there's probably something in Check's hints. The Igloo.
That could make sense. No, the thing is, the owl tree is also hinted that the item is on the there's a horde owl tree item on the crate in owl tree, and so it's not like it's going to be grape plus Sax likely for whatever that is. It's going to be Sax gives grape and grape gives. Oh, there's a shipyard outskirts hint and a cave shops hint. Whoa!
Well, I wonder where we're finding Peanut.
Yeah, yeah. Feel like Peanuts is probably in cave shops? Question mark.
Yeah, that's insane, and that's on the Gigapath. So that actually tells us.
And then but here's the real question: Caves is level 6. Where's Key 5? Where's Key 5, game? We don't have a Key 5 hit. Where's Key 5, game?
Key 5 is somewhere out there, and I'm a little nervous. I won't lie. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, we have 7 more hints. And if they're not on 36, we are in a real stuck problem.
Let's all look at Alpha's stats and just appreciate the art, the beauty, the wonder that is D6 on Jetpack.
My favorite thing about Jetpack is the little symbol that comes down for picking up the item, but it's especially if it's a key on there. The key sprite on Jetpack is so brilliant.
Oh yeah.
So interesting. While Alpha does Jetpack, there was a Outer Isles potion hint when we got vines in the Outer Isles. So I'm pretty sure that means Pound the X is dead.
Unless if it's a key, but we already know the palming hint of Hunky, so yeah, it is unfortunately dead.
Which is sad because I do love a bit of Pounding the X.
Oh yeah, it's a great check. It's great whenever it pops up.
So you know what's interesting? What is the requirement for? Let me just check something really quickly.
You think the requirement for Lenky's medal?
Yeah, it's great
or shooter or access to Llama Temple. Yeah. So, now, out of logic, the runners actually could get Lenky's medal because you can go into Tiny Temple with any Kong tag anywhere and go from there. Unfortunately, that's not happening today because the only gun that we have is the only gun that does not let you into Tiny Temple.
Unless we find Blast. Blast would get it for us because Blast and Coconut is sufficient.
Yeah, that should be correct, yes.
And we also know that we need Blast in Japes for the Japes Blast course.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out a way if we can figure out if Key 5 might be way of the horror tinted. Like if Key 5 is on Lanky Metal here maybe. But
right. I mean, it's very possible if Blast and Grape don't lock each other, because then it just becomes an either-or, so it's not necessarily going to be path to key 5, right? But
that was exactly my thought. It was precisely my thought, yeah.
yeah, it's hard to say. Right now, it's honestly possible one locks the other, considering that both the two are being hinted right now, and we're lacking a lot of information. Like, we still don't know where a lot of things are in these first 5 levels, which is very scary.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks among the 5 levels that we haven't seen or done. Some of the slower checks, and we don't want to have to go backtracking without any real knowledge of where things are.
Oh, exactly.
Okay, so Condi is about to get banana 35, 36, and 37 here. So we're going to see the next 4 sets of hints. Chat, if any of you are really nice people, you should pray very strongly right now that a key 5 hint comes up here. And if any of you are sadists like me, you should pray that key 5 hints stay far away from this next pack.
What about if key 5 is hinted, but it's something that is difficult to actually reach?
That would also be fine. That's like the middle road, right? Give runners a little bit of knowledge, but also make them struggle.
Well, we're about to find out, probably.
It is...
Oh.
Outer Isles to Vines. That's Vines. That's Vines.
Blast Course? It might be Jake's Blast Course.
Or it could be anything in Aztec. Oh, no. PTT. PTT's government. It's not. Oh, no. Oh, no. Blast Course? Yeah, it might be Blast Course. Where's Blast? Also, 8 and Chunky. It answers itself on 8, but Chunky? Question mark? Oh, no, Vines. It's required logically to get Hunky Chunky. Okay, so that's all solved.
So Vines is on the path to 5, and we do have that hinted Vines check. I think it legitimately has to be the Blast Course, which means
I think so too.
Our Blast is... I don't know if it's necessarily unhinted, but it's first 5 levels. That's...
Yeah.
That's interesting. Now to note, we're following on the other hints, nice rareware coin, is we have 5 ship is on the path to the same thing that Outskirts is minus Lanky K rule. So I'm assuming we're probably finding Trombone in the Outskirts, and then you take Trombone into the 5 ship.
That
and then probably
makes
find
sense.
a Grape Shooter inside there. That is my cook on these hints. Now, my cook on Blast's location. Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea. Did we get a potion on Factory Metal Wars already?
Let me double check. I did write.
I don't think we have, right? I don't remember any.
I have not marked anything on my notes, so I don't think we did.
That's a good spot to look, I think.
I agree. That's probably the first place I'd go after looting here.
Yeah, I'm not like ditching Aztec. I'm gonna clear a bunch of Aztec before I go anyway, just because I'm already here. But if I'm leaving Aztec, the first place I'm going back to is like Factory with Donkey Kong. Like, he has Coconut. There's a bunch of donkey checks there. We can get all the medal rewards. Like, that's a real good shout.
100%.
What is on top of the Gong Tower? It's another gold banana.
I would have been shocked if that was anything anyways, because even though people here watch everyone do it with just Chippy Charge, you actually need Rocket Barrel logically for that.
Yeah. It would have said something really interesting about Rocket Barrel's placement.
Speaking of Rocket Barrel's placement, we also have another check that people probably don't realize is Rocket Barrel locked hinted. Diddy's Lower Cabin. That actually now requires Rocket Barrel for, which means, in theory, Rocket and Oranges will be hinted towards that. Now, I do say in theory. Ooh, What do we got here? Is this our blast?
What is this? Grab. Ugh.
I thought I saw there was a vial on this shop. Oh, I guess I was wrong. No, there wasn't anything here after all. Never.
Yuck bye. Yuck bye.
That is disgusting.
No, it's not hinted. It's not hinted as far as I can tell, Knight, but also yuck bye.
Yeah, no hit towards this at the moment, but also we don't have a hit towards blast. So, ugh.
There is no move in the game I think I just test more than Gorilla Grab. Because all the checks that are like okay, that like sort of need it, you can skip, and then everything else that's left is just miserable. Mills, pull lever, donkey minecart, arcade.
No, I'm gonna stop you right there. Arcade is blessed.
You're a big arcade fan, are you?
I am a big arcade fan. I love it.
Arcade seeds are the bane of my existence. Oh man.
But on the bright side, the thing is, even if that Gorilla Grab is hinted, let's say, that's actually not a bad thing, because it obviously means you got to do grab checks. But think about it. What is a worse hint to receive as someone trying to, play quick, go in a race? Peanuts,
True.
Which is on the path to half the entire speed. Or grab, which is on the path to six things in the entire game. It's like, at least you know where to go. While Peanut, it's just, let's just go to Galleon and hope one of the 7 things I find is hinted.
No, I fully concur with you. If I get like a direct hint to grab, I feel pretty okay about it, because I get to just check all the checks that grab locks, Not too terrible.
Exactly. Alright, so we're going back to
might be pushing
Galleon.
I think Connie's pushing for 45 and 50 to try and see if those last 3 hints might give him a direct indication of where Blast is. Well, I guess more accurately where Key 5 is, but we kind of think that Blast kind of has a lock at this point, right?
I mean, it almost definitely has to at this point, unless if there's a giant Key 8 chain involving vines.
Yeah, it would have to be something really, really, truly spectacular at this point to change that.
Exactly.
What's really interesting about the scene is the fact that we still have no other gun for any other call, so we can't even cheese Lanky Metal.
That is true. But yeah, I like the idea of pushing GBs. Also, look at the strat here by Alpha. You can actually climb at the back of Llama Temple, go onto the wall at the back, and twirl to the top. And you can get this.
I have never seen this before, and I'm stealing this. I've always. Oh wow, that's so cool! That is a
really cool trick. Now, what that also can help you with is Diddy's metal in this place. You cannot get on its own. You need Rocket or Peanuts. But by learning little tricks like that, if you have a hint of Diddy metal and you have 12, you can skip the requirements to get that. There's so many really cool Aztec strats. It's so cool.
I swear that Twirl is the most versatile move in this game. I hate Twirl Seeds because I always feel like they expose how little I know about the game, even though I've learned so much. Because there's always something unique that people who are more experienced at this game than me can pull off with Twirl. It's so powerful.
Oh yeah, when you know how to use it, even if it's just to make doing like simple checks easier, Twirl is a really good move. Except when hinted, then it's an awful move.
Well, yeah.
Shoutouts to Mad Jack. Oh. Wait, sprint?
Castle medal rewards to 5. But what did we get on Tiny Metal again? Sprint? Sprint poured? Sprint poured? Sprint? No way! No way! No way! It's... Oh no!
But what sprint checks do we have in the first 5 levels? That's not breakdown.
Castle has Lanky Mausoleum. Aztec has the Beetle Race. No, not Beetle Race. Aztec doesn't have any. Wait a minute. Aztec has none. Japes has none. Um.
All right. So this is my cook. This is my cook. It's not Sprint.
You
Because
think it's
that
gonna
would
be
give away an unhindered Grape, and Grape's on the path to all this other stuff, which is going to involve getting peanut pop guns, which is assumably in cave shops, yeah? So that would tell me that Sprint is something else. There is an extra thing on the medals, which I believe is what Condi is thinking right now too. We are going to be finding Baboon Blast on probably DK's medal here.
That is the only medal we're missing in this. Well, I mean, only medal we're missing we can get. Diddy's medal is not in Logic. Chunky's medal is not in Logic. We did Tiny and Lanky, so if it's not on DK medal, we need another move. It could be something like Primate Punch. If Primate... No, it has to be like Pineapple or something.
Yeah, which Pineapple then would unlock Chunky. Oh, Chunky's medal. No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would. There's a balloon in... Oh, wait. No, we need Blast as well. Oh, God.
Yeah. Speaking of Blast, it turns out it was indeed DK's medal inside Castle.
All right. Yeah, go back to Jake.
That is a very awkward medal for people to get because Castle was level 2. You spent so long in the first 2 levels looting it without DK. So you had no reason to go back. That is a very rough placement. And on the 45 hint of all things. Oh, that's rough.
And the worst part about it is we're not even out of the woods yet. Why is Sprint Horde? We're missing a lot of things, and there could still be some things unhinted. That a lot of things were taken up trying to fix that. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's hard to tell right now what's going on, but I feel like a lot of these hints are going to be pointing to the multiple things that you need for chunky maps. Potentially your oranges, your rocket, and your spring.
So we saw the hive tunnel thing on the same path that everything that the outskirts and 5-door ship were, and we found diving in there. So I think you're 100% right. I think it's gonna be like 2-door ship, or something like that. Like any of those locations and outskirts are gonna have trombone.
I think 2-ship is probably the safest bet if it is diving locked here. Which feasibly could be Lanky or Tiny's. And then you go into the 5-ship, probably find Grape.
That makes sense to me.
Alrighty. Forest is level 6, so Forest is only blue slam locked, so that's not going to be an issue.
That is a bit of a shame for all the people in chat who really wanted to see our runners struggle, because we don't have to try and find another slam. That's a bit unfortunate. But for our runners, I'm sure a sigh of relief.
That being said, Checker Legends is quite viable still.
Oh gosh, you're right. With how Grape and Peanut are hinted? Wait a minute. What was Mushroom Inside's hint again?
Tiny K Rool. Which we don't have Mini or Feather. In fact, they're the only 2 tiny moves we're missing. That only just occurred to me.
Oh. Huh.
Also, to note, Alpha did in fact get the hint about Castle medals. But I'm assuming he thinks that is referring to Sprint, so is still sticking around Factory. Never mind.
It looks to me like he is gathering factory medals and has changed his mind. Oh no, yeah. He has not changed his mind. He's still getting factory medals because of that factory scouring hint.
Yeah,
which
it does
was
indeed have that one potion.
Which is what we thought the answer was for sure. Until we got the other hint.
Yeah. I suppose kicking around and committing isn't a big deal as well. You are missing quite a few moves at this point, which is super scary.
It could be Beetle Race, but Beetle Race requires Red Slam.
Alright, and there's our final hint, which is just our Gorilla Gone.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Ooh! Red Slam!
That's what I'm saying. Oh! 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 And Midnight Terra, Rabbit Race is not highly likely to have anything because we have a hinted Way of the Horde on the Owl Tree crate that is very likely to just be what the Owl Tree locks at this point.
Well, see, the thing is, we don't know where things are going at this point because everything is clearly pointing to Owl Tree, but nothing really, fixes itself after that because we don't have any direct Key 7 hints. We don't have any direct Tiny K Rool hints aside from Mushroom Insides. We don't have any clear Chunky hints. We just have as our best hint 7-8 Tiny Chunky. So right now there's going to be a lot of assumptions on locations to go once we reach this Owl Tree.
True.
And unfortunately, Condi cannot skip oranges this time. For those that don't know, there is a chance that those areas that require oranges will not spawn purple claptraps. They only die to oranges in instruments, and Rareware decided to go, hey, I see you want to use your instrument. That's unfortunate. So you need oranges for that.
Yeah. Which I honestly think makes the game a little bit more interesting. Rareware does in fact turn off instruments in those areas. If you could just play instruments in those rooms would be so much easier.
Oh yeah, they would be very easy to do. So having oranges as a requirement is cool. In a randomizer race, unfortunately, it's very scary because well, as we're seeing right now, the hints are a little obscure. So we're about to be heading over to the shops, and we'll see, in theory, we're finding peanut pop guns here. But the seed has given us some, has thrown a few curveballs here or there, so let's find out.
I'm gonna be honest with you, if this is peanut pop guns, I'm going immediately back to Aztec and getting Lanky Metal. I know it's not quite logical yet, but I want it. Yeah, there you go.
No, it's 100% logical. Oh, actually, no, not with peanut. You're right. No, we have blocks. It's logical.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, Blast made it logical already. Right. Okay. Yeah. No. Did I really want to go back and get that thing?
I wouldn't be surprised if what is there is one of the lightly required items. Like spring or oranges. So it's probably not you don't necessarily have to rush it. I'd probably be more tempted to go to Galleon.
To do the whole shipper outskirts into 5-door ship chain?
Yeah, I don't think the order you're going to do this matters too much. If you know where everything is, just rush, just go to the hinted things. I don't think it matters too much which way around you actually go and do it.
I think with that in mind, I do still prefer getting Aztec Lanky for 2 reasons. One, Aztec Lanky is something we've already done like 35 GBs of, and so it's very quick. And 2, we have a sense of what the outskirts into 5-door ship thing gives us already with the fact that it's path, whereas the Horde hint, we just know we need it. And so getting the information of what that Horde hint points to will tell us a lot about like where the rest of the seed is leading, I think. Just, it's more information for us at that point that we can start the process.
Oh, yeah. Also, I really like this play from Condi to, we still don't know what Sax is required for, so pushing this Igloo. This is a check I really wanted to see.
There's checks, plural. There are 2 checks in here, and that makes this an incredibly efficient use of time. I'm a huge fan of even in seeds where I just I haven't seen anything hinted about igloo area, nothing to be doing. This is an incredibly efficient area to just clear, so I just do it all the time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't this, but still a very smart check to do. 2 GBs. It's pretty good. Now, we are going to be seeing this hinted lanky metal soon on Alpha's end, and Condi, as I suspected, has indeed just pushed a gallon.
So, yeah, so interestingly, the two schools of thought that we had have shown a bit of divergence here. Condi wanted to go do the whole peanuts and cave shops to outskirts to five door ship path, and Alpha wanted to immediately know what the heck Lanky Metal has, and so I can't fault either of these approaches. I don't know which one's faster. I think this is just a good approach either way.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter too much, unless if what you get on Lanky Metal is something that will help you in other places.
If it's grape, for example, if this is grape somehow, I don't know if it can be, but if it was, it'd be very interesting.
It cannot be grape. So the funny thing about Blast, so Blast was only on the path to Key 5. And we know that Blast is an either or for this metal. So what you can take into consideration there, ooh, nice primate punch. What you can take from that is that Blast would not be directly on the path to Lanky Metal, because Grape is equally as accessible.
Right.
Yeah, and this is what a lot of the really good runners in this particular race room especially need to know this kind of info, because let's say you have an either or, but one of the eithers is hinted to the or. That means that you know that one is going to eventually lead to the other.
You're right, yeah. And also, I think that our trombone is very liable. Or I guess it could be bongos too, but probably trombone is in tiny K-Roll. Here we saw potion peeking through.
Oh, we did?
Yep, there's a potion in Tiny's room here.
Ah, yeah, this is most likely trombone.
Could be bongos, more likely to be trombone.
Is there a bongos check that we need to do this day?
Well, it was just five door ship hinted with a path, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep, that is true.
Like it could theoretically just have trombone hinted like somewhere else, and this could just be bongos, but it is more likely to be trombone, just based on odds.
Yeah. All right, we're getting a mushroom insides check. Are we going to be peeking Checker Legends?
It's not this one.
Ooh.
That's trombone. Yep, there it is. All right, now blanky five door ship.
No! No!
It is. It is.
Mini
Oh no!
Checker Legends. No!
It's just there. No shot. It's Mini Monkey. Oh my god. Oh my god. Strap in, folks. We're gonna be here for a while. Oh.
All right. Everyone, make yourself a coffee. Calm yourself down. Get some popcorn.
Also, I am now calling it. I was very confused of how pineapple could be over here. And so I was trying to talk myself out of it. It is pineapple, almost 100% in the five door ship. Like I'm very sure.
No, it's not, because our tree is also on the path to Chunky K Rool.
Oh god. So it's gonna be grape here and pineapple and owl tree. Oh, I thought it was tiny lang.
That sounds about right.
But no, it's not. Oh god. All
right. I have a theory, and I honestly hope this is right, because this would be absolutely hilarious. What if there's multiple things in the owl tree?
That makes some sense. It could be Rabbit Race. It could be Rabbit Race and the crate. And Rabbit Race gives Feather?
Well, we just had a question about Feather.
It's Featherbow! Featherbow!
Except for Featherbow.
Featherbow is in the five door ship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We guessed everything except for what it actually was.
What is happening?
Alrighty. Alrighty, hit time. Thinking cat's on. Look at these hits. Where is our things?
Every feather check in the game. Oh my god.
Oh, this is scary. This is scary. Oh no.
What's really? Oh. Yo, but you're right. Listen to me. The fact that Trombone didn't, it wasn't on Trombone's side door ship. It was on Tiny's side door ship, right? Because that was on the ferry. So Trombone was hinted for outskirts on 7-8, lanky, chunky Tiny.
Right.
So Trombone still needs to do something, and Feather needs to do something. So I think you're right. I think it is Rabbit Race and the crate, and Feather gives us Grape.
Oh, this is absolute insanity. I'm having a good time here. I hope everyone else here is having a good time.
This seed's, man, fantastic. This seed's wonderful. This seed's best kind. Oh my god.
Alrighty, so while the two are going around here, I'm just going to write down everything that we still need this seed. We need pineapple. We need grape. We need
Oranges.
We need a spring, which we just so happen to find. That's actually good. That wasn't hinted. We want the thing you don't want to be unhinted.
Yeah.
That's actually a good find. We need rocket barrel. And we also, there's something that we've all overlooked here. Yeah, P7. Oh, this is madness.
So, over under, and we're not going to spoil anyone with how it finishes out. We're going to talk about finishes only when our runners finish. But over under, first finisher, 1 hour, 50 minutes.
Oh. You think that people are sub 2 hour in this? Okay.
I'm just asking. I'm asking. Over under, first finisher, 1 hour, 50 minutes. What's your take? You take the over or the under? I'll give you either side of the line. I'll take the other one. Tell me, over, under.
I reckon over. I easily reckon over.
All right. I'll take the under. I have a lot of faith in our...
I'll make this very obvious to chat right now. I'm not looking at the race room. I'm not going to look at. Obviously, we're not going to spoil it here at all. But I'm not going to secretly look at the room. I'm going to be as in the dark as everyone is here. Race room is now closed.
Awesome. I'm in the exact same boat. I have no idea. I'm going to watch our runners and I'm going to find out after we get our runners finish because I have no idea. This seed is wild.
What?
Grape shooter on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did have Forest Tiny Metal hinted.
It was hinted.
You can tell how mad the seed is. That we forgot that was hinted, or at least I did, because of all this other stuff.
Yeah, I remember it now. It was hinted.
Okay.
But Condi hasn't hit the button yet.
Oh yeah, Condi has choose to live in the good world and has completely skipped the bottom. Okay, so grape shooter's there. Pineapple is probably in our tree. And while we think that's good, because that means we've now gotten Mini Monkey, we've now gotten Logical Hunky Chunky. Where's Rocket? Where's Oranges? Why is Sprint hinted?
Here's my cook. You ready?
Alright.
Pineapple is on Rabbit Race. Owl Tree Crate is Rocket Barrel. We find oranges and with, I don't know, something. Mini Monkey, anything that was on the 7-path thing. And, no, it has to be Trombone, because we haven't used Trombone yet. And that gives you key 7.
Okay.
No, we actually have Punch. Punch is just on Lanky Metal and Aztec.
Yeah, so we know where Punch is. We know where every gun except for Pineapple is. We don't know where rocket oranges are. Okay, so right now, both runners, as have been doing lately, have diverged quite a bit. Alpha is eventually going to be going to Galleon to go pick up, what is it? Pick up Trombone and Featherbow. Question is, what's Condi going to do?
Well, Condi is going to finish doing all of their giant mushroom inside checks and find out the hard way, or rather, I guess, the long way that it's Check of Legends. In the meantime, Alpha is going to do the other side of it, and then once Condi finds out, Condi will go do Aztec Metal, and get punched. The question for me is, actually, Condi's just going to do Owl Tree before leaving for that too, I think, right?
Yes, yeah, Condi most certainly will go do Owl Tree. Well, I better hope so anyways. I just want to see what's on this rabbit race. I've been thinking about rabbit race for a while. I want to see what this is.
Now, chat, those of you who know me know that Rabbit is my absolute favorite character, my best friend. And so when we race this Rabbit, and believe me, I'm pretty sure we're going to end up racing this Rabbit, I'm going to need to see some DK64 main character emotes in the chat. We got to support my best friend as he loses his race one more time. So I think Condi will check the crate first, right? That one's just direct hinted.
Yeah.
See what that is, and then think about why Sprint is forward and go from there.
Well, let's see. Watch this just be oranges.
This could just be oranges, it's true. It is.
I am shutting my mouth. I am just going to stop talking right here, right now. I am turning around. Great knowing you, chat. I'll see you all later.
It's time. It's time for Pineapple Launcher on Rabbit Race. It's time, chat.
It's a potion. It's a potion.
Yep, and this explains Trombone and the way Trombone was hinted. It explains Sprint Forward. It explains absolutely everything. Now, please. He won! My boy won! Let's go! My boy!
Did Condi quit because far behind the rabbit? Or...
Yeah. Condi didn't get the skip of the text to get the lead, and so just jumped through a wrong hoop to reset fast.
I guess that is a quick way of doing it, yeah?
If you're worried that you might lose the race, it's definitely easier to reset than, like, risk losing and having to go a second time.
That is fair enough.
But, I mean, and you know what? It's absolutely the right call, because I have lost that race when starting behind that man. But also, my boy won!
Very proud of the rabbit. Very proud. Now, this could just be Rocket Barrel.
If this is Rocket Barrel, we're in a weird spot. Oh. Okay. So Pineapple was just on the lower cabin, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I mean, these are all the moves we're missing right now. We've got everything we need. We get Pineapple here. We go get Mini Monkey. We just need P7.
Which we don't know where that is. We have no idea where that is.
Well, it has to be locked by either Rocket Barrel or, if this is Pineapple we're about to find, it has to be locked by one of those two.
Or Mini Monkey, which they give.
Now, Mini Monkey's only on the path to Tiny K Rool, so it is 100% Pineapple.
Is it hinted?
Yeah, it is indeed hinted. So, what do we have that could be it? Now, I hate to burst your bubbles, chat. It's not the Beanstalk. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
I'm the big bean lever. I love the bean. Great check. It can't be K7.
It could be bean dirt though.
True. It could be something in Forest Center Beanstalk still. But we are in the dark for K7. We just know it has to do with either pineapple or well, assuming this is pineapple or rocket barrel.
If this isn't pineapple, our seed just got 10% better.
This could be, I mean, this technically could be K7.
Yeah, this could easily be key 7, then we're in for a world of hurt. I'm actually somewhat cheering for it to be key 7. I don't think it's likely, but it would be very interesting.
I mean, it's all on the path to the same thing, so it's honestly as likely to be one over the other. Oh! It's
no way.
Oh!
So pineapple is in the wind. Oh no.
Well, fortunately, we know it has to be locked by a rocket barrel. Like, we know for a fact it has to be locked by either... Oh, I suppose... It's either... No, because Trombo's on the path. Yeah, it has to be locked behind rocket barrel. Which, this is a really smart call right now by Condi to go back to Aztec, because there's a bunch of rocket checks here.
And Condi doesn't have punch yet, and so Condi might be thinking of Aztec Lanky Metal too.
Yeah, so double dip, go do two things here. Now, Alpha, I believe it was, did come here and get the melon crate, so we know it's not that. So it could be the vulture race. It could be the Kasplat.
True.
Oh, this is
those are the only two checks. There's a lot of rocket barrel things, and also the worst thing that could happen is if rocket barrel hides some other moves like bongos or you know, O-stand or something like that. That opens up whole new checks. That'd be very nasty.
I don't know if I'm ready to live in that world, Ash. I don't know if I'm ready to live in that world.
I mean, I took the under. So, like, I'm cheering against myself here. But...
I mean, I was starting to think it was an under as soon as we found some of those moves. And so there's the punch.
Yep, there's punch.
Now, I'm assuming that Condi checked everything except for our good old-fashioned check a legend, so Condi probably knows that's what's going on. But now we just need to go and do... Oh, yeah?
Has Condi done jetpack yet? I don't think Condi did.
Oh, you're right. You are right. Condi has not yet. Condi only now has 9.
Yeah, so it's not a huge deal, obviously. Like, it's very easily done, but it is a little bit of time that Condi has to make up still, too.
Oh, exactly.
Condi's checking punch checks.
Yeah, I'm wondering why.
Did Condi think that grape is what locks Lanky Metal and not checking punch checks for that path?
Would potentially, but with all the owl trait checks.
Yeah.
Here's a question: because we're seeing Galleon pop up right now? Did anyone here peek the top of Lighthouse?
No one hit the Diddy switch, so that's still an option there. And oh, you know what else is an option? You know what else is an option that I mentioned earlier? Let's see if my manifestation powers have returned to me. I said Mechfish earlier too.
Well, Outskirts has 2 potions. We've found only the one.
I think I even said Mechfish for pineapple. So,
I mean, definitely it does seem to hold up.
We were in Japes and we were like, "Where's pineapple?" And I said, "Oh, what could be spicy? Mechfish for pineapple." If it's Mechfish for pineapple after I said that, I'm a witch. Just burn me at the stake. It's fine.
You mean make you a race mod, right?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright, we've got Jetpack going on now. So happy this was in this seed. I love Jetpack.
You're a big fan of the classic games that are in this one. You like arcade and Jetpack, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And there's the key 6.
Alright. Alpha grabbing fourth tiny metal here. So once that happens and Alpha does Rabbit Race in the crate, and then Alpha does the cabin, they'll be all caught up to each other.
Yeah. Alright, now we're getting the hint check at the almost hour and a half mark. You know it's scary at this point when you're checking your hints like, did I miss something? Hold on, hold on. Was it a very obvious check? Was it just the shop that was hinted 2 hours ago?
Honestly, it could be a lot of things. There's a lot of rocket barrel checks in this game.
There are.
You know the worst part?
Yeah.
It could be, hilariously, it could be Diddy upper cabin. We even have spring.
Oh.
And if it's Diddy upper cabin and you did Diddy lower and you left, you'll kick yourself. It'll be painful.
That does indeed have a possibility. And the thing is, spring, we know it's required, but yeah, it was never hinted at all. So it could be on the path to anything.
Condi still thinks it's punch, and so either knows something we don't, or is going to skip the Diddy option here. But I'm pretty sure it has to be rocket barrel locked, yeah?
Oh, it 100% has to be, because Owl Tree is on the path to all of that, and Owl Tree got you rocket and oranges. Honestly, the one thing that makes that a lot better is the hint for Blast. If Blast wasn't hinted, it very well could actually be punch checks.
Yeah, you're 100% right. If it wasn't Blast explicitly to 5, then punch would be very much on that option.
Oh, 100%. Now, this does give Alpha a chance to catch up, because Alpha does have a lot of this extra info. And Alpha is now in Forest, soon to be collecting grape, rocket, and oranges. And there's
remember also that Alpha has 64 GBs already too, so there is a little bit of a time lead there.
Oh yeah. So believe it or not, chat, this is tied still between these two runners. And again, none of us have the race room open. We got no idea how everything's going there. Someone could be done now for all we know, but these two are very even.
I think we're going to see Alpha and Condi converge at about the same point, around 1 hour 30.
I agree.
At that point, it's truly a casino. I like, yeah, you have a hinted item that sort of leads you in a direction, but I couldn't tell you where to begin.
Well, see, there's a couple of good things that you can take from this, right? There's not a lot of either ors that are available at the moment because a lot of the other Diddy stuff you got before. So what that means is what you're looking for is essentially something that is force rocket barrel locked. For example, Cave's Tiny Metal always requires Cave's Diddy Metal always requires rocket barrel. You got those miscellaneous checks inside of Aztec that are force rocket. It's not going to be one of those circumstances where rocket plus other things could do it, or rocket leads to other things, because all of this other stuff was before rocket. So there's at least some good stuff in that, but obviously, if rocket gets you bongos, and bongos gets you balloon, then you got issues.
All right, chat. For one, you're absolutely right. It could really only be no, but no.
Wait, what happened?
Oh no!
What?
He left. He did. I was about to hype up chat to do the rabbit race, and he left without doing rabbit.
He's going back.
Is he? Forest is not 7. Caves is 7.
Wait, not? Oh.
He's gonna go do it without rocket barrel. He's gonna go do it without rocket barrel. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna go do it with that rocket barrel. So he's saying he's thinking, oh, I don't need much because it's gonna be pineapple, and pineapple gives me key 7. But he doesn't realize it's gonna be key 7, and he's gonna have to go back and do it anyway.
The thing is, you need Rocket for Helm anyway, so you can't skip Rocket. You need it no matter what.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You absolutely need it for Helm. Alpha. Maybe Alpha forgot that you don't want to see a rabbit on a Friday night either. But Rabbit's my friend. Rabbit's kind. Why does everyone hate this man? I love him so much.
I mean, I'm down to see it on a Saturday morning though, but I'm not getting into time zones today.
You're fair enough.
Balloon.
Balloon behind punch. Wait, hold on.
So that's good news for us, but not for Kondi, because Kondi still thinks the answer is punch. So now I think Kondi is going to the rabbit race. Oh, sorry, the beetle race.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh, alrighty. Where is this? So I feel like the answer is still Aztec. None of the two have checked things yet. I feel like the answer might be Vulture Race.
That could be it. It could also be... Wait a minute. Isle Summit. Trombone. No, but Barrels. Barrels is not. Never mind. Okay. I was like, Trombone and Rocket Barrel are both hinted to it, but we would need Barrels to have to say 7 as well. Which it does not.
Yeah, right now everything has quote-unquote been fulfilled for the hits, except for this Rocket Barrel. But obviously, because pretty much everything else is on the same part, thank you, Checker Legends, we don't know. We got no idea if any of the others help.
Two things. One, Kondi is doing this check because he got Balloon and he has Trombone hinted, and it makes some sense. And two, chat, give me those rabbits. We're racing the rabbit again. Let's go. Come on, rabbity boy. I believe in you. You've got this.
Alpha's catching up. It's an even race. It's an even race. I know this is a race between Alpha and Kondi, but this is the rabbit and Alpha today. Alpha takes the lead. Alpha takes the lead. Gets a good turn on the corner.
My rabbity boy.
Oh, Rabbit's catching up. Rabbit's catching up. Right there, right there. And Alpha is the winner. GG's.
GG's. Look, you can say many things about my man, but what you can't say about him is that he's a sore loser. He pays his dues when he loses a race.
Alrighty, so now move-wise, both the two have caught up to each other. GB-wise, we have the slight lead for Alpha, but Kondi, I believe, has a few blueprints, so that's not an issue. The thing is, where is Pineapple? Now, it cannot be in Helm, I don't think. Actually...
Yeah, let me think about that for a second.
No, it cannot, because Gorilla Gone is on the path to only 8 and Chunky.
It's not 7. You're right.
So it's not Helm. But where is it? Oh, could it be?
Could it be Top of Mushroom?
Race? Could be Top of Mushroom. I don't think anyone peeked it. This is another.
Race?
No way. This is a triple. Is this a triple?
Yo, wait. That would be so sick. All right, Mr. Hoots. Mr. Hoots. Give me the news, Mr. Hoots.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
No, it's not Mr. Hoots' day. It's gotta be Rocket Barrel locked. Are there any? Yo. Here's my hint. Ready?
All right.
Castle Diddy Metal.
Yeah. Oh, so Castle Diddy Metal, I don't think it can be because you can do that.
Oh wait, punch. Yeah, punch gives it.
Now,
darn.
Caves Diddy Metal, on the other hand, that hard requires Rocket Barrel with 45 colored bananas. Like that there, you can get without. But logically, hard requires. Some barrel it cannot be, but this is a pretty good check either way.
Yeah, Alpha thinking the exact same thing I was. Oh, trombone and rocket barrel, but unfortunately, Alpha, barrels is not on the path to Tiny and cannot provide this to you, sadly.
So let's think about this with the levels, all right? So I'm just going down on some of the trackers here. So
Okay,
Japes,
so
no
Jape
rocket
has
checkers. Aztec, you have the Vulture Race and the Kasplat.
Agree.
Yep, that's it. Vulture or Kasplat. Nothing.
Factory is nothing. Galleon has Mechfish and Top of Lighthouse.
Yep. I feel like those are the prime candidates at the moment, although I still want to see a Vulture Race.
Then Forest has Top of Mushroom. And that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Caves has a few things, actually.
Diddy Upper. Rocket Barrel, barrel in main cave, but we peaked that, I think, to have nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And then Diddy's Metal, right? So just Diddy Metal and Cabin Upper. I think that's all the only two, right?
Was it the Kasplat, the Rocket Barrel, and Caves Upper?
Yeah. Yes, Lone Pillar. Oh, if it's pineapple on Mechfish, by the way, again, burn me at the stake or race mom. One of the two. I'm away.
I called Jetpack Checker Legends and a couple of things. You need to have your cook, so surely. I would like to see Vulture Race
earlier in the feed when I somehow called barrels on upper creme without seeing any hints. that was already witchcraft. Don't lie to you.
Now, to answer a question in the chat as well about Peanut Guitar for the,
It was, I'm a witch! Okay,
I'm losing my mind! Hold on. So, hold on, just, So we had Dogan on 1 for key 2. We've had Rabbit Race for Rocket. Diddy Lower Cabin for key 7. Checker Legends for Mini Monkey. Mechfish
by the way,
Pineapple.
By the way, Alpha here is for those keeping track of the bet, has to now go do Check of Legends and then go get into Helm. Helm plus K Rool usually takes about 10 minutes, and Check of Legends here takes a bit of time. So we are extremely cutting it close, just on the restream alone, to whether or not Alpha will finish above or below 150. So my over-under bet was also like right on that line, and I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Now, is the over and under bet for these two, or is it for anyone?
The bet was the first person to finish a seed. So once we see these two finish, we will see the race room winner.
Yeah. And do we want to keep it fair? And unless if there's a big time discrepancy, don't check the race room until both have done.
Well, both of them finish. We're not going to check until both finish. We don't want to spoil the chat. We want to let them both finish and then.
Alrighty, that sounds like a plan. So we are now on the way to Helm. Obviously, Kondi's in Helm right now, so fortunately, once Helm's done and finds Pineapple, Mini Monkey can just go straight to K Rool. But this is a little bit scary. Oh, this was a beautiful seed. Like, everyone, put a 1 in the chat if you found that this was a beautiful seed to watch.
But put a 1 chat. Put a. Put a 1 in the chat, exactly, yeah. Oh man, I love this seed. This seed's brilliant. This seed needs to be framed. This is a truly a seed of all time. Wow.
And I, for one, am very happy that I've been sitting here commentating it because it meant that I wasn't running the seed.
Running it, yeah. No, one of the great things about doing commentary is I get to see seeds like this, and I revel in it because it means I didn't have to run this garbage.
That being said, considering all the absolute garbage checks that were in this seed, the time that we're going to see Alpha get here is a pretty decent time. Like, it's probably, from what I'm seeing, going to be a roughly maybe a 146, 145, depending on how quick K-Rool goes and what mini games are in Helm.
It's tiny and chunky and lanky K-Rool. That is the longest K-Rool you can possibly get. I'm still telling you, we could see it be a 150. Like, it's not going to be much above a 150, but it could easily be a 150.
Yeah, it depends on how quick it goes, obviously, yeah. My guess is going to be a roughly 146, but who knows what can happen.
Yeah, he got into Helm at like 138, so I'm thinking 148-ish is my guess.
Wait, there's a potion in the Helm? Excuse me?
Ooh. Wait a minute.
Did anyone see the color? Did anyone see its color?
No, but I couldn't help you there much anyway because, one, it's hidden behind a green laser, and two, no idea. Clear? Ooh, okay. Chat says it's clear, so
I trust in chat then if it's clear, which means homing sniper. We know it's not red slam, and obviously it could be ammo belt 2 or instrument upgrade 2.
The only way this seed could have been more seed quality was if Forest was level 7 and you needed the red slam for factory to be able to do Check of Legends. Mwah.
Now, Kondi, are you going? Come on, for the culture. Grab the vial. I want to see this
Do
vial.
it. Grab this vial for me.
Up. Ammo
He's
belt.
doing it.
Beautiful.
We started the seed with wait, we missed that white potion in Creme. It's ammo belt 2. No, it's not ammo belt 2. It's Third Melon.
That is beautiful. Well, now, just in case you're going to run out of ammo in Helm when you have Infinite Feather, yeah, just in case.
Very useful potion.
So now, Kondi has had some breathing room. This is a really smart play by Kondi, by the way, is going to Helm. You have to do Helm anyways, you know you can do it. Gives you enough thinking room. So now, hopefully in this time, Kondi has gone, the answer is Rocker Barrel. And considering we are seeing a Galleon entrance right here, I wonder if Kondi has come to that realization.
This is the only play that gives Kondi a chance to compete with Alpha here, for certain. There's no he's going right to it. Even with that though, I feel like if you're doing Galleon, you're gonna do the Diddy ship thing first, and then you have to do all of Mechfish. So I think he's still a little bit behind, but
yeah,
this is the right play.
This is Alpha's to lose in the race here because, well, right now we are about to go to K-Rool. That being said, Kondi is going straight for Mechfish, so Kondi will be finishing pretty soon.
He's not even doing the Diddy. He never hit that switch. I watched him. He was going to do the chunky thing, and then what? Really?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think Alpha did the same thing. So unless if the two peaked the check earlier in the seed, which could be possible, I don't know.
Maybe it's possible for sure.
I guess maybe the reason they're doing this is because they know Outskirts has 2 potions, so maybe it's just let's rush the scouring hint.
There's an Outskirts scouring. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense that's what they're doing, but I still think checking the lighthouse would have been a good play. Either way, it didn't matter because Mechfish is clearly the answer.
I mean, I clearly knew it was the answer since about 20 minutes into the seed. No.
Being fair, you had your eyes on Jetpack. sorry, you had
Sorry.
your eyes on Mechfish and Cremile. I had my eyes on Checker Legends and Jetpack, so we all were winners today.
We're we're double winners because we got to watch the best boy race his heart out, which is really the mark of a truly good seed.
Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Oh yes.
All right.
Even
the
one
runners will be finished soon.
Which, given that we are seeing Condi go and get what we know as Mini Monkey and Alpha going through a known boss, I want to take this time to thank everyone for coming out. It's you guys who make all this possible. You coming to watch all this, and everyone on YouTube watching after we upload this. Thank you for all your patronage. Thank you for all your support. Could not happen without you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, always a blast having people here. You know, we got to watch some amazing runs. Like, not only is DK64 Randomizer.com an absolutely amazing experience, watching two great runners duel back to back while also doing a beautiful seed. Oh, it's a great time.
And if this kind of content and high-level running from some of the best runners in the community is something you're enjoying, like I said at the top of the seed, our Season 3 tournament is ramping up to begin in the end of July, on July 26th at 5 p.m. Friday. And we will run 16 qualifiers, as many of which as we can restream, we will restream. Oh, no, wait a second.
Ash, I hate to break it to you, but Condi didn't peep Checker Legends, was eyeing it on Pineapple. Didn't peep Checker Legends is now got Sniper Scope off of the Pineapple check at the top of the mushroom and is now rushing Castle.
Oh no. Okay. So I thought there was nothing that could possibly change anything in the seed. Finding Sniper inside Chunky's. Okie dokie. So while we watch Condi drive himself slowly mad.
Oh no!
It makes sense, right? He found Balloon with Punch, which he thinks is, from his perspective, it makes sense. Wow.
Oh no! Oh. Wait, is that a potion? Or is that a pearl? That's a pearl. If that was a potion... Wait, what are you doing, Condi?
Could you imagine if that had been bongos?
I don't want to imagine. I do not want to imagine. Now, reminder, none of us have checked the race room, so we don't know any of the details. We'll figure that out soon enough. Oh, this is bad for Condi. Oh no.
He really forgot that Checker Legends is a thing, because he's looking at what could possibly have Sniper Scope leads. Oh man, that's okay. To finish up my little ad read, the final qualifier for Season 3 will be taking place on August 25th, and at which point the top runners, depending on how many runners come in, possibly 32 to even 64, will be put into a double elimination bracket, which will also likely be restreamed as much as we can. Following that, we will crown a new winner of the Season 3 tournament. Please, if you have interest in coming out and watching, there's a lot more Donk to come, and if there is any interest in playing, come into the Discord. Go to DK64Randomizer.com. The Discord link is in the top right, I believe, of the website. You can come join our community. You can download seeds, learn the game. We would love to have you. That all being said, Condi is checking more and more sniper checks and is running out of them very quickly.
Meanwhile, that is a GG time for For Alpha, 1:47:54. It seems might be slightly off time than that, but that is really good. So,
which also means without having to look at the race room, we know for a fact that whether Alpha finished first or not, the under was correct. So congratulations in chat to who bet on under.
Alrighty, I reckon we try to get Alpha into here, and we can have a little bit of a chat while Condi goes through. Well, now getting Mini, we'll then be able to go through Helm, through Kate.
GG's Alpha. Geez, how you doing?
Yo, GG's.
So, how'd you like that scene?
It was kind of a mess, to be honest.
Yeah.
The two things I wish I did differently was the owl tree. I wish I would have stayed, but I didn't know what was in Diddy's lower cabin, so I left, and it just kind of went downhill from there.
What do you mean you didn't know it was there? It was very clearly something on the path to 7, to 8, to Tiny, to Chunky.
No, I mean...
Surely it was one of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, don't blame you for that at all. And, like, if Diddy wasn't actually in Helm, that play was easily the smartest play. And in the end, you went back to it anyways. It didn't matter.
Yeah, when I got Rocket, I'm like, alright, well... I have a few checks on my way, and I remember Trombone was on the path, but then I was doing Summit Barrel, and I realized Barrels was not path to Tiny, so I should have just abandoned it, but we got to it in the end.
I had the exact same thought and had to talk myself out of the exact same thing, Alpha. I was like, Trombone, Rocket Barrel, Summit, and then I had the exact same realization it wasn't that. So, my first question for you is, which meme check was your favorite? Rabbit Race, Check of Legends, Mechfish? I mean, so many options this seed.
For this seed, I'll go with Check of Legends, just because I wasn't gonna check it. Like, I wasn't even gonna peek it. Like, I rolled up the ramp and I was just ready to go up, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get burnt by this. So I checked and I'm like, oh my god, here we go. I'm missing 4 guns.
I can tell you confidently that the real major time difference between you and Condi was that decision, because Condi did not peek it and then checked every other check in the mushroom, including leaving Check of Legends and Chunky's face shooting until the very end, getting Pineapple, checking face shooting, getting Sniper, and getting baited to leave to go check every Sniper check in Castle before having to come back to Check of Legends.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's bad. Getting, like, one of the few moves you could actually get baited by in there.
Yeah, Condi also didn't realize that the Blaster 5 was saying that Punch was, an either or on the medal. So it's like, oh no, this is all pointing to Punch, so ended up doing Punch checks. Punch got Baboon Balloon, and so in the aid of having Sniper Scope as well, first place went was Lanky Town.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Yeah, this seed was very much a mess. I am honestly very shocked that the thing that was unhinted this seed was Simeon Spray. I am so shocked.
Unhinted in a pretty open location, mind you. Like, there's not many people who are not going to get that crate. It's a very popular crate to get, but still, unhinted.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, Check of Legends seeds will chew up your hints. This seed was surprisingly well hinted for a Check of Legends seed. Yeah, how do you feel going into Season 3, Alpha? Because we've been talking about the qualifiers starting at the end of next month. How are you feeling about them?
I'm pretty excited. I've been on the absolute grind. I've only been playing for about 4 months, 3.5 months, and I just wanted to get good enough to where I can maybe qualify for Season 3, and we'll see where it goes. But I'm excited.
Having raced with you a whole lot, and also having been on that grind, fingers crossed, but I feel like you've got a pretty good shot, especially after your showing today. You've been doing very well in races, and clearly did very well today.
Thank you, I appreciate that. As long as I beat that noob Mumbo token, that's all I care about.
That was
Yeah.
fun. I was like, you're putting Alpha and Kondi on the restream. I knew that was coming.
Yep. I said in my chat, if I lose to Condi, I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
Now, we'll just let you know on one thing as well, Alpha. None of us have actually checked the race room. We're waiting to Condi finish it. So you obviously know how you place. Other people in chat might know. We're waiting till Condi joins before we figure out what the actual placements of the race were. All we know is this was messy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And your finishing time was like a 1:47.54, something like that, I think.
Yeah.
And so I mean, for this seed, for all the complications that were coming with it, that's a pretty fantastic time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The one play I was happy.
Yeah.
The one play I was happy about that I made was when I was in Japes and I got diving. I could have stayed in Japes and cleared it, but I left immediately to take the gamble that Donkey was on the on-guard chest, and he was, and so I got to do Japes.
I can say that both you and Condi had the exact same thought, to the point where we both went back into Japes. We were like, why are they going back into Japes? What do they need? And then we realized that, like, when you picked up Gorilla Gon on the hill, we're like, wait, they didn't even go up to Gorilla Gon. Like, we hadn't realized that you had even left that early. Like, we were just talking about hints, and we're like, oh, you guys skipped on Japes.
Yep.
And then that is a GG by Condi, a 154.42. So let's get Condi on over, and then we'll get the race room open.
In the meantime, Alpha, what's the one thing in this seed that you think is like a real like mistake you made, or something that you wish like you had, like, in hindsight you're like, oh, I wish I played this differently?
I would say just trying to be too cheeky in certain spots, like abandoning Altree right away. There was something else that really set me off, but I don't know.
I mean, playing aggressively like that can pay off, though, right? Like,
yeah, just it was a mess. When I saw Checker Legends, I'm like, I am missing 4 guns. This is a nightmare. But luckily, they were all pretty well hinted for what it could be.
Yeah, it was very, very shocking. Very shocking.
Yeah.
And I have just pulled up the race room, and oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm taking a look at it now, and
So for chat and for YouTube watching at home, the finishing time, the first place time in this seed, was 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds. That is unreal. Actually unreal.
We didn't have one. We had 2 sub 140 times. We also had Charles with a 135.07. So people are getting crazy good at this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we have 8th and 10th between the 2 runners in this room. I'll be honest, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have beaten either of your times today with this seed. This is a wild seed. Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, Kilvaris and Charles are both really, really good.
Very good. The beautiful thing about Donkey Kong Randomizer, though, is that it is a very any given Sunday kind of randomizer, especially in 1v1s. So, you know, the tournament is going to be very hyped. You can qualify, anyone can win any match.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so many good players nowadays. Like, back in the season 2 tourney, I don't know if people remember, but getting a sub 140 back then was like this is absolutely ridiculous. How does one combat that? And because multi-parving also didn't exist, it was very common for one move to just be quadruple hinted you didn't realize, and you had quite a number of like 220, 210 seeds. Nowadays, a bad time for some people is a 138. Like, people are just so good at this game, it's ridiculous. But that's what's going to make this Season 3 tourney so hyped to watch. I'm looking forward to that.
And oh, okay. GG's Condi, welcome in.
Yo, GG's Condi.
Yeah, GG. Right, give us your thoughts on me. How are we feeling?
Why am I chasing Punch when I still have Biddy? When I still have 7-8 Tiny for Rocket Barrel? I will never understand why I chased Punch. It was literally the dumbest thing you could have ever done, and I did it. So that's it. Don't chase Punch the seed. That's all it was.
Yeah, Punch's location was very fortunate. Like, if Blast wasn't hinted, Punch was very easily a likely candidate.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Unfortunately, because Blast is hinted for, it can't hide anything.
Yep. Oh my god. And then why did Sniper have to be where it was? And then... Oh my god. And then I went to Castle and chased all that, and then realized, wait, I didn't check DK's inside, because I never do that. I don't know why I do not do that. When I walked in there with Tiny and checked the other one, but I did not check TK's, and I have no idea why I don't.
What's funny, Condi, is I almost didn't check it either. I rolled up the ramp to go up, and I was like, I turned right back around and checked, and I couldn't believe it. I was missing 4 guns at the time.
I mean, honestly, I knew where all those... Yeah, I mean, I knew where all the guns... I mean... Was it though? Was it really that big of a mess? If you, I don't really think so, because you know instantly that it's not. You know that owl tree is not for oranges. Like, I mean, you have to know. I mean, I guess you could theoretically say it would be for Tiny's igloo, or not igloo, her cabin, right? But it just didn't really make sense, especially once you got Rocket and then got 7 from Rocket, right? So from there, all I have to do is go to Helm and then think about it. But as usual, I chased an item I shouldn't have chased. Otherwise, I think it's... Honestly, for as complicated as the hints are, this is not that complicated of a seed, I don't really think. Not in terms of like the way it could have gone. So.
Oh, there's a lot of fortunate things, I think, in this seed that like really cut down on how bad it could have been. With the number of like meme checks and large requirements that were required in the seed, there was a lot of blessings, I think, given as well.
Yeah. I mean, double hinted Altree really helped, because you knew most likely it was.
Wait, was Altree actually double hinted?
It was a waft hint and a regular.
There was a waft crate and a path, and so they could have technically meant each other, but it didn't really. So.
Yeah. It was your hint for sprint was really the only thing that would have told you, because otherwise, yeah, you would have gone crate hinted, Altree hinted, clearly go do that, but then you realize that it's just for key 7, so...
When I got sprint that early... Good.
One bit of luck I think happened is if the places for Orange and Rocket Barrel were flipped, some people might have gotten Rocket Barrel and been like, oh, there you go, and left. Like, because you still need sprint and stuff, and trombone, so maybe you do it anyway, but like it's with the way the hints went, but you know, it's not as obvious as like you get oranges. Like oranges cannot be to 7-8 Tiny, you know, like it's not enough.
Right, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but I think even if they were flipped, I'm still checking both with the way Cass and Watts usually protect each other when it's a double hinted area like that. It's not guaranteed that they do that, but usually if it's like Altree and there's one potion and then you get a Watt in and the path in, okay, well duh, like, you know, which one is which, right? But when I was in Helm, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, all right, I know exactly what to do in this scenario when I have no idea what to do, and that's just look through the scours. And obviously the first one that catches my mind is Galleon Shipyard Outskirts is 2. Obviously you got the 1 with trombone, right? And then I'm like, all right, well, diving plus Peanut plus Rocket and Guitar you started with, and it probably wasn't going to just hint for that. So I'm like, Backfish was my first thought, and it was right. I just wish I had done Helm 20 minutes before that and actually thought about it then. It would have been a lot better, but it is what it is, right?
What were you when you said you wanted to go to Helm? What were you missing still at the time?
Just Mini, only Mini.
Mini, yeah.
Well, I mean Pineapple, but yeah, just Mini. So
right.
If I get a Helm and think about it, And this is another problem too. I don't know why. I play so much worse when I don't talk to myself either. And I was muted the entire time, and I don't know why. I just refused to talk to myself while I was playing, and I think that really hurt me too. And I started to do it in Helm. That's where I was like, okay, I haven't fulfilled Rocket at all. Like, you know, going down this chain, I'm like, everything leads to this, and Rocket's the end path. Usually that's what you do on these paths that match up, right? You know, like tiny, chunky 7, 8. You match them up, and then whichever usually is the latest one in the chain, or the one that got you an item that fulfilled one of the things, right? Because, you know, Sax led to this, which led to Trombone, which led to Rocket, right? But then when Rocket directly gets you 7, then you're like, okay, Rocket's the item that whatever, right? And if you do that at the time, you know, obviously for 7, obviously for 8, for Chunky, you don't know why, and for Tiny, you don't know why, right? But once you get Pineapple, it makes total sense why, so.
Yeah, it's fortunate with this seed that luckily, it wasn't the end of the world, things were hinted well, but throughout the seed, there's a lot of that doubt about where things are, and Checker Legend seeds always eat the hints. So this was easily, from what I've seen, the best Checker Legend seed. They usually don't end like this. So honestly, still pretty good times for both of you either way.
Yeah. I think all the times in the in this seed, especially top 10 here, are all impressive. Are there any other comments that you want to make about seed, or things you want to shout out quickly before we wrap up?
Push GBs if you're out of hints and you can't do anything with them, because that's exactly how you get stuff. I mean,
absolutely. That's like the left.
People seriously trail around and checks, you know, weird stuff, like trying to piece something together that doesn't make. I'm sitting here going, all right, I've done like literally every Vines check. This is stupid. I'm just gonna get my 45 and 50 hint, and if it doesn't hint to it, then fine, casino, whatever. But and then, you know, it's on 45, and I'm like, yes, this is why you just push GBs and stuff like that.
I guess
make perfect.
My statement will be practice lanky phase, folks.
Did you really choke it again?
Yes, it was. This time it was like extra bad.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. Whatever.
All right. So, folks, a couple of things to shout out while we wrap up. First of all, one more thanks to our restreamer, Almost Sequel, for stepping in today. To my fellow commentator, Spike, for coming out to commentate with me. To both runners for putting themselves out there. It's never easy to be on the restream. To all of you for watching with us tonight. And, you know, to everyone who helps make DK64 Randomizer run and tick throughout all of it. Second shout out is that we have a very cool opportunity coming up in August, on August 23rd. The GDQ speedrun God, what is the word I'm looking for? The GDQ Speedrun Marathon, thank you. Flame Fatales is running in that summer in August. And turns out me, am running Donkey Kong 64 Season 3 Randomizer on that particular marathon on August 23rd. That's Friday at 3 p.m.-ish Eastern Time. Please feel free to come out and watch that. It's a great way for us to show the world Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer. I'm looking forward to doing my best. I'm feeling incredibly honored to be able to do that. My commentator is going to be Nintendo Sarah. So, you know, you may have seen Nintendo on the Sarah on the channel before. Super honored to be able to have her there as well. It's going to be a really wonderful time. And I think last thing to shout out is just, again, if you like what you see here and you think that it would be something you would enjoy doing competitively or just for fun yourself, come join our community. Come join the Discord. It's a fantastic place. From everyone here in the call, saying goodbye for now, we're going to be raiding Tudos, who is currently playing The Legend of Zelda, I think. Thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye now from us. Goodbye. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank y'all for rehosting. Appreciate it.
Yeah.